What's up, YouTube? Who's with me? Random Wednesday night live stream, like I always do. See what's going on here. Stream Gamer, always in the house. Gregory Jones, what's up, YouTube? As Greg would say. What's up, Danny? Saeed, always comment. Oh no, Nate, you need to go to bed. Sorry. Go to bed, Nathaniel. What's up, LA? What's up, Jeffroy? Dilly Dilly? Daryl? Yellow? Nate, go to bed. Emil, hello, how you doing? Little Wednesday night live stream. I don't know what everybody else is doing on a Wednesday night. I heard, what did I hear? Lots of live streams going on tonight. I was just messing around, doing some stuff, and I said, you know what? I really don't have any energy left to do this, so I'm going live. What's up, Dave? Catchy stream title. That's yeah, exactly. It's the Night Owls edition. Love it. Everybody go check out Dave. Rip a butt. Hey Sandy, you working tonight? You with Sarah? Oh my God, Sean. Anybody who doesn't know Sean, Peck Tech, my boy, he was supposed to be going to bed or whatever the heck he's doing because he's beat, but he's in the house. Yellow Sean, Trash Panda City. We are going to make a Trash Panda movement to the max, spreading Trash Panda love throughout the nation. Thank you, Judy. Checking. What's up with you? Corey is like, oh, Corey, yeah, of course, yeah. Greg did say that. I was like, hey, I'm texting. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go live soon. I'm bored, and I don't want to do fish tank maintenance. Let's go live and talk to some fans and people. And then he's like, oh, Corey's live. You should wait till he goes off. And I'm like, well, I didn't know he was live. So what am I going to do? Corey's big time superstar. Sandy's not working. What's up, Dave? Mix Peacock and Hap Tank. What should I do to raise the pH? There's got to be people in here that keep cichlids. Crushed coral will raise the pH. You can do that. You can do a pH buffer, but that's, I never like to start dumping stuff in the tank to fix it. Start with crushed coral. You can even put it in like a media bag in the filter. What's up, Dang Tanks? What's up, Mitch? Boston Proud. Hey, Rach. What's up? I think Rachel went to Canada today, so I think she's way up north. What's up, Billy Pipes? Let's I like to give a little dilly to Billy. This guy is like a gentle giant. I would subscribe, think in my book. He's just this giant of a man that is super nice. Christmas is coming. I swear, Billy. That my Aquarium Box was pretty good this month for a saltwater, though, right? Oh, thank you, Sandy. Corey's live stream's going on. I don't want to take anybody away from Corey's. I would use a cichlids. There you go. Rachel's commenting on it, so she's has a vast array of fish keeping knowledge. So whatever she's saying, listen. Do I have glass covers on my tanks? Yes. Just about every tank I have a glass cover. I have one open top tank in the basement. That's my big 135 South American Blackwater tank. The way I aquascaped it, there's just no way I can get it covered at all. I mean, I could take like saran wrap and like just go around the wood, but it's not happening. Hey Mitch, down the wormhole. Oh yeah, you're always around here. Sunshine Aquatics. Oh, thank you very much. Snap. Rachel just dropped a super chat. So she pretty much I pretty much gave Rachel a super chat, then she just gave it back to me. So we both lost money and Google took half of it. So we'll take the rest of that and we'll go out to lunch in a couple weeks. Thank you for the super chat, Rachel. Judy CB again. Sad night. My beta died. We'll bury him later. Bury your fish. That's dedication right there. But that is awful. It is sad, especially like I haven't had it happen too often. I've been keeping fish for 30 years. I haven't had it too often where there's a fish that passes and I'm like, oh, that sucks. But there are a few fish that I have in my tanks that I've had for years and years and years that when they go, because they're pretty personable fish, these couple of fish I have, I'm going to be sad. It's going to suck. For sure. Yeah, especially, and I have yet to have a giant tank where there's like an actual almost pet, like it weighs like 10 pounds fish that is personable with you every day, swimming like everywhere, and like you're feeding it and interacting, and then when that one dies, that's gotta suck big time. Carpeting dwarf hairgrass versus Monte Carlo. You can carpet any one of those. You just need some good lighting and some CO2. You can do it without that, but it takes longer. So think of when you plant those carpet plants, hairgrass, Monte Carlo, any of that, they want to grow towards the light. So if you have a high light, they're going to stay low. And if you add CO2, they're going to grow fast. If your light's not that strong and you don't have CO2, they're going to want to grow towards the light, up out of the substrate. So carpet's a very difficult thing to achieve in an aquarium, I think. I know you see them all the time. I've never had great success with carpets, high tech, low tech. I've never had that awesome scape where just the hairgrass or the Monte Carlo or the baby tears or dwarf baby tears or whatever you're using just like covers that whole scape. So there are definitely more skilled aquascapers than me. Mitch says, Mike, the mangroves only in a box set? Yes, the mangroves are in the box set, are only in my aquarium box. But Greg, do we have any left over we can sell? Greg, that nano tank is filled. It's scaped. It's hardscaped. I'm waiting for the plants from Green Oasis Farms. Mike and Paul and Chris down there. You have Mr. Mustard Seed. I can't wait. So this is sort of crazy, stupid, but at Aquatic Experience, and you guys have heard this before, so I'm just gonna talk anyway. Fell in love with bettas from asking Mike Eugenio from Green Oasis Farms how awesome bettas were, and he just filled me through information, and I fell in love. Started looking at all these crazy things, and decided to set up a beta tank, which I have over the past couple of weeks. I'm going to be getting some plants in soon. We'll plant the tank. It's hardscaped. I gave you a quick sneak peek on my last video, and pretty soon the tank will be like have Mr. Mustard seed, and then I'll launch the video. It'll be like a whole, like 2 months combined into like 5 minutes or whatever. Oh yeah, Rach. I remember. Rach found it in her car. She was like, "Hey, what's this? What's this little shrimper?" Tina's in the house. LAURIT 311. I never know how to say that. I say it every time because you're here every time. If I could predict the future, what type of fish do you think will be the next big thing in the aquarium world? I don't know. Rich people can have sharks in these giant tanks. Every type of tropical fish, every type of freshwater fish has been done. Like, I guess if anybody could keep a whale or like a dolphin, which that would never happen. It's like impossible. So you would have to buy like an ocean and then screw the whole thing up. But I mean, I think every fish has been done. Jellyfish. I mean, literally every fish that you can keep in an aquarium has been done. But I bet you a whale would be pretty sweet. And I'm talking about orca at like SeaWorld. I'm talking about your house has an orca. Hey, come on in. This is my dog. This is my cat. This is my orca. Like that. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know, Greg. Greg might be at Aquashella in Dallas. I will not be. I can guarantee you that, unless I'm dragged. But I probably will not be. Well, that is very sad, Rachel. What's up, fish nerd? You get your power washer around and handy. Oh, why haven't I done this just so that I can at least for sure? There we go, Rachel. Congratulations. You've won nothing except responsibility. Can't say, but I thought I'd pop in. Thanks, fish nerd. After a few years of rainbows being the trend, Flowerhorn seems to be. Actually, I saw so many Flowerhorns at Aquatic Experience, and they were awesome looking. I know they're like every time I walked by. So my booth was like here, and then there was like where you needed to go to get anywhere was there, and in between there was like a giant 20 tank line of Flowerhorns, and every single one of them was gorgeous. And then the one at the end, like close to the end, every time I walked by and I would just be like starting to look at it and I'd be like, pew, like attack the tank. So those things are really cool. I would love to have one of those as a pet, like from like a real baby Flowerhorn, and just, let the thing grow out in a tank, like a big giant tank, like Frank, or, DWS Darius, he's got a Flowerhorn. All these Mr. Flowerhorn, that guy, whatever his channel is. But they're super cool. I know they're not real, like a natural species, but they're very, very cool looking for sure. I know I do miss my 75 gallon tank too, but you know, it was time to move on, and it was not going to be easy to move. Oh, glad you liked it, Tina. Chat's going cray. To write off Flowerhorns as unusual hybrids. Yeah, I mean they're kind of really cool looking fish, like alien fish. Um, I've always liked the way they look, but I never really paid any attention to them, even in the fish store. Uh, I would walk by and be like, "Oh, there's a Flowerhorn that's like a crazy cool bump on his head," but you know, whatever. And then at the aquatic experience down in New Jersey, it was I saw a bunch of them that I've really never seen up close, you know, like inches away. And I thought it was really, really interesting to watch how they interact with literally everybody that's walking by them. So I was sort of drawn to them right away. Like, I'm not going to get a Flowerhorn tank, but if anything was, you know, space wise, big giant tank, I'd love to get one of those guys. Love to get a bass too. A bass would be the same way. Yeah. Sean wants a big Flowerhorn hump on his head, so they can probably make that happen. They have those like metal spikes that you can put underneath your skull, so you could definitely be the first human Flowerhorn. No, I don't want many bass. I want one bass. I want a bass tank. Oh, who's this? Yeah, bass tank, not one bass. I mean, not multiple bass, one bass that I feed. Just giant bass swimming around in like a, you know, million-gallon tank, a pond, whatever he needs. True, but I can't keep bass anyway because my stupid state. Well, it's not stupid. I do like Massachusetts. Um, you can't keep bass as a pet. Not happening. They will not allow it. Where do you live, Sunshine? I don't even know if peacock bass are acceptable in the state. Yeah, Bass Pro Tanks. That's like so Greg looked the whole thing up for me. There's like all sorts of things you have to have in line in order to house a bass. All right, Greg wants me to dig a giant massive pond behind my firewood pile. I mean, that would be like an Olympic sized pool back there, but pond style. That would be badass, Greg. And everybody's reading this right now. He has already said he will help me do that. Yeah, they do. Weird laws like, hey, I can grow all the weed I want and I can smoke weed. It's legal, but I can't have a pet bass in my pond in my backyard. How come? But I can go catch as many bass as I want, and who knows what everybody's doing with their bass? Are they catch and release? Are they bringing them home for dinner? Who knows? As long as you have a fishing license, you can go catch bass all day long. No one's going to give you a hard time. Oh, look at so Shamu Aquariums. Man, he's been like for years with his Denison barbs. Hashtag barbs, your barbs specifically suck. But it's good to see you here, man. That's funny. This guy. I think he's only like 19 years old. Loves Tahoes and loves Denison barbs. Yeah, no shit, Sean. I want a bass. I catch them all the time. I just want to take one home and take care of it. Give it a nice home. Tiny little bass, like a 1 pounder. Giant tank, tons of shiners and worms. It can eat all day long, all the time. It can go like wiggle back into its home and just like check out what's going on all day long and then whoosh, eat and go back to sleep. That's all bass want to do is eat and sleep anyway. Yeah, so Danny says Louisiana is the opposite. Rachel prefers to call them roseline. Yeah, Denison barbs, roseline tetras. I've I've heard I think I've heard like 3 or 4 names for them. They are gorgeous. I had a huge school in my 75. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh, Greg's being a. There is no camera to center, Greg. It's like literally on the top of my computer. How's that? Center my seat. Is that better? Oh yeah, look, I'm like way over there on the side of the screen, like a big dum-dum. Yes, I agree. Rachel. Sorry, G. Rachel. Eyes focused. Head in screen, I think. Here we go. See, I always minimize that left screen. That the Google screen that we're on, and then hey, I look up at here and I'm like, hey, this is what YouTube's seeing. Oh yeah. It's like, hey, what do you think of my right ear? It's pretty cool. No, he has them at his house. No, I gave him the old Nikes. I use Pro V1, so he'll be fine with that. Red Bay Snook are epic giants. True. Sean keeps my balls with him always, of course. Can you keep freshwater crustaceans in mass? I haven't looked at that yet. There's not a lot of, I mean, there's not a bunch you can keep. What do we have? Like, I don't even think we have crawfish. Do we have crawfish? Greg will know. Freshwater crustaceans. I mean, I know we have mussels, freshwater mussels up here, but salamanders I've always caught when I was a kid. We must have crawfish up here. We must. Rachel says in mass that is Legla. Oh, I don't know if you can. I mean, as I just looked up the for bass, so I don't know about any sort of crusted. I don't think you can keep anything really. Thank you, Chris. Dilly dilly to Chris. Appreciate that super chat. That's awesome. I agree. I don't even know if we have crayfish here. I've never seen one myself or tried to catch them. Yeah, those were Sean. Those were at my fish store all the time. Those little orange Mexican catfish. I think that's what they were labeled as, but like little tiny crabs. I may have. I love white clouds. White cloud minnows are one of my favorite fish of all time. I've never had a problem with them. They've never caused a problem. They always look gorgeous. They always school gorgeous. They keep in all sorts of like a wide range. I'm not saying like fluctuate the range and like mess them up, but if you acclimate them to a certain temperature and they're in that temperature for their lifespan, they're good. Wide range of temperature, but that does not mean that you can like fluctuate the temperature by any means, and you're going to have success with them. There's like one fruit fly in this house I can't get rid of. Yeah, pretty much. If anybody, oh, like I'm back off the thing again. Come on, Greg. Are you my face moderator on the thing? If you guys want to go check out Steve Poland just put out a video with the common pleco in Florida. It was like a 2.5 minute video. The thing is awesome. You're just like glued to it. It's crazy. There's like thousands and thousands of common plecos in this freshwater spring in Florida. I don't know if it was Blue Springs or I forget what the video was. I'll try to remember to post it in the description later if anybody's watching this on the replay. But super cool footage. Just these plecos taking over, and that's what happens when you decide to like, oh, just drop an aquarium fish from a different continent, just like in a pond, thinking that it's going to lead a better life. But the video is really cool. I love the video. Go check out Steve Poland's latest video. Yes. Oh, that's funny. All right, Raish. Yeah, Greg is hashtag facecam moderator. That's funny. DG says hashtag Brady who? Yeah, just you wait. Everybody gets all upset when the Patriots lose a Week 10 regular season game. They're gonna win the division. They're gonna get a bye. They're gonna win the divisional round, and they'll be in the AFC Championship game. And it'll just be up to that game plan on that day. Trust me. Dilly dilly. Go Pats. What's up, Chris? David? Eric? Drew Brees is a great quarterback. My neon bob must have died. I can't find it. What happened if a dead fish rots in the tank? Okay, so this is actually that's a Philippe Pietropolo. That's a great question. It's every single fish keeper has gone through. Where is that fish? Where did he go? Did he hop out? Am I looking for a fish crisp chip on the floor? How does a fish just disappear? Is he hiding? I'll just wait a while. Every fish keeper goes through that all the time. Especially if you've been keeping fish for as long as I have. You've lost a lot of fish to like, WTF, where did this fish disappear? Sometimes fish jump out, and when they jump out, they flip and flop, and you're not around, and they flip and flop themselves into a corner or underneath something, and you never find them. Sometimes they get some sort of a disease that like bloat or dropsy or whatever that you weren't paying attention to, and because you have a lot of fish and they just disappear into the plants and you never see them again. The plants consume all that waste just like the shrimp and the snails and whatever you have in your tank. They're just going to destroy it, especially in saltwater. It happens quick. I've had saltwater fish die or look like just not very healthy, and like you're going to bed and you're like, that fish, like 50-50 on that one. And then the next day you go downstairs and you're like, oh, or upstairs or wherever, and you're like, where is that fish? And saltwater fish especially die really quick, because when they die, all the crabs and everything in that tank, the starfish, the crabs, the little critters, just like go to town on it, and then they're just like and they disappear. And you're like, fish gone. Freshwater, it can be a little, slower. You see fish floating around, or, you see one struggling and you hope he makes it. But most likely, if you're missing fish in a freshwater tank, they've hopped and they've flipped underneath a cupboard or something, in my opinion. Long answer. All right, let's read here. What's up, David? Yeah, there you go. See, Mike Taco. There's like a fish eats it. His pleco eats that fish. Although most plecos are herbivores. Then the pleco jumps out and the cat eats that, and then the cat becomes lo mein, right? Yeah, someone should GIF that GIF. Oh, I love those things. I'm obsessed with those things on my phone now. It's pretty ridiculous. All right, last week, Sunshine Aquatics caught one of my shrimp just casually hauling off a dead fish, just like he was. Yeah, he's taking out the trash. What's up, Alex? Alex managed to make it this time, so I'm assuming he's not on any sort of East Coast time. Yeah, fish just literally disappear sometimes. I mean, if you have schools of fish, like big schools of tetras, or small fish that are always just like bombing around, uh, you don't usually notice until there's like 10 or 20 missing. One or two here or there, you may like have that instinct, that Jedi fish instinct, where you're like, just doesn't look like a school of 22. It looks more like a school of 19. Well, then you're special. But a lot of times fish just disappear and you have no clue. Uh, just literally a couple of weeks ago, I go down to my 40 breeder just to top it off, and I'm like, I could have swore I had some cleaner shrimp in here, like for a long time. Oh, wow. I don't see any. And then I looked around the whole tank, can't find them. Look underneath rocks, on the top, on this side, on that side, underneath. Spend like an hour just like, am I missing something? And then they're gone. Who knows how long they were gone? I know they were in there. I know I used to film them and look at them, and now they're gone. Could have been a week, could have been like months. Who knows? Sometimes you get busy. But things like that, it's funny when you see, and you're used to seeing the same fish over and over, or the same crustaceans, or the same plants, or the same whatever, and then all of a sudden they're gone. Sometimes I find them. I found an awesome, this is going to sound like I found an awesome body. Well, I did find an awesome body, but I don't mean it like that. I found an awesome Bosemani rainbow fish that had hopped out of my 75 gallon, and I found like probably a year later, but it was perfectly chipped, like like a embalmed or something. Only because you could see the shape, and if you know Bosemani, if you know any rainbow fish, they have that like little snout, and then it's just like real big, and then the tail, and the color had just stayed. So it was blue and orange, 50-50 all the way across. Everything was like perfectly preserved. It was awesome. So I like that. That was cool. Rico's here. What's up, Rico? What's up, Monkey? Dave's still in the house. Thank you, Sean. Off to bed. Good night. Hashtag PandaFam. Hashtag, oh, for the Panda Fam, I'm going to do this. I'm going to finish this one. Get my next one in. Cheers. Pack Tech. My boy, Sean. Trash Pandas has become a staple in the Haynes household because we do love games and competition and beating each other. Rachel mounts them in the Latin names under death in calligraphy. Interesting. Dave, dilly dilly. Rachel is denying dilly dilly for the Panda Fam. How rude. Ken's Aquatics? No, it's not bad to keep your blue light on at night. I mean, you can leave it on low, but I usually run my lights on, and then when they shut off, the blues keep on for 30 minutes after, and then they shut off, and it's like complete blackness. Thank you, Judy CB. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanks, Judy. Unlucky Eddie is going to TP my house from way across on the other side of the country. I don't know how you're going to manage that, but that would be a feat, and you would want to patent that for sure. Alec G says one of his wrasses jumped, hit the basement, gave the fish back to the tank, nothing happened. Yeah, well, you're just lucky you were there, Alex. Most of the time, fish jump, you're not there. And you come home and you're like, oh, my tank is so cool. I love this tank. Where's that guy? Maybe he's just hiding. Feed. Next day, where's that guy? Sometimes he hides, sometimes he doesn't hide. Where is he? Where's that guy? I'll just feed the tank. He'll bound to be coming out tomorrow. Sometimes they don't come out. They jump ship. Then you see him like a year later in some random corner because you happen to be vacuuming that spot on your 1-year vacuum or something. But when you have the schooling fish, you don't really see that like you can't tell that the school is dwindling that quick unless you're super observant. Yeah, canopies, screen tops, that definitely all works 100%. You can you can have those screen tops, those glass tops, perfect. Keep those fish in the tank, but sometimes you cannot have them. And how do you keep jumpers in? Very difficult. If you're gonna have an open top tank, first of all, don't buy fish that jump. But if you have no choice, it's very difficult. You can have I've had fish for years. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 years, and every day you're like, can't believe how big that fish is getting. That fish is awesome. And then when you find him on the floor the next day as you went to bed after years and years and years, maybe he got spooked and he's just like, you have no control over that. Just got to go with it. Go with the flow. No, Rachel, I was my own face moderator on that. Who was my face moderator? He's gone. Anyway, who's got some fishy questions. So before anyone even stops right now we have two of my moderators, Rico and Rachel, and this is perfect because I'm gonna shoot a video soon enough on. I've had a lot of stuff I've been thinking about lately about freshwater and saltwater. I spoke to Rico tonight because I needed some advice from him on, you know, the salt side of things. And now we have Rico and Rachel in the chat. So if anybody has any saltwater questions, Rico's your man, or freshwater questions, Rachel's your gal. And they're both in the chat right now. So whoever's watching is super lucky because they have two of the very well educated people on both their sides of the hobby to answer questions. So please, now is the time to answer questions. Saltwater, freshwater, they're in the chat. They can type your answer. You don't have to wait for me to answer. Dwayne is wondering about his pH. It's not too tough to raise pH. You can do that. pH up, very, very easy to get your pH up. If your fish are having difficulties, you just got to slow acclimate the fish. But you want to keep it between, like, I would say 6.8 and 7.6 for freshwater, in my opinion. And then you can get them to like that. Naked Reefer, thank you. Dilly Dilly to Naked Reefer, much appreciated. Rachel, I'll let you take that in the chat. I'm going to say, for me, I love the Fluval 406. People run Eheim, they run Marineland, and they run Fluval. There's a few like National Geographic brands, I think, but see, on my own like face moderator, I just saw that shit. I like the Fluval 406, Fluval 306. If you're gonna go canister, I've never had them leak. I've never had them not suck through the intake and blow through the outtake. They're just, the impeller is never broken down on me. It just really, there's lots of parts to the canister filter, and I love the Fluval brand canister filters. Nothing to do with sponsorship, nothing to do with anything. Fluval, in my opinion, has never let me down, and that's why I use that product 100%. Yep, see that? There you go. I should see if Rico and Rachel want to get in on this live stream. I can always send the bit.ly link. Yeah. It's like I asked a question to someone that cannot answer in voices. Oh shit. Rachel's wondering if she has makeup on. No, we won't do it. Wednesday night. We'll just let it happen. Miyagi's stopping in quick, coming to check out the live stream. Guys, I appreciate everybody coming in the live stream, and I also love the questions. I'm here to answer questions. I love to answer questions. I love to interact with people that are starting tanks. This is why I got into the hobby, is to educate and hopefully been super hoarse for 4 days. Sorry. Hopefully help people along their journey and not let them quit the hobby. Not let them get frustrated with that one tank that didn't work out and just to keep trying. Oh, unlucky Eddie. What are you doing to me, boy? Come on. You got to come back to New England, son. Yeah, of course. I've been there. 100%. No, haven't been there. Unlucky Eddie wants 5 years. Decomposing wood. All right. So, Alex, this is a great question. How do you deal with decomposing wood? He's got manzanita. I have manzanita. It is very, very frustrating to watch your tank mature and the water's crystal clear, everything's fine, fish are fine, everything's going good, but you see all this crap on the bottom of the tank, and that manzanita wood just like decomposes at a very fast rate, until it gets to a certain point where it almost like fossilizes. So you have a big giant piece of wood going through your tank. You look at it, you're like, oh my God, look at all that crap. I'm doing the same thing. It sucks. You have to just suck it up with a gravel vac, and hopefully, everything comes into a place where it needs to be, and you don't have to deal with it anymore. Excuse me. But yeah, I hear you. That manzanita like drop shit. It's like just dropping little pieces. Excuse me, messing up your tank. It sucks. I hate it. But the wood is so awesome looking that, I guess that's the price you pay. Oh, thank you, Judy, again. Judy's like dropping $2 super chats like it's her job. Got 15 gallons ready. Recommended pretty hardy nano fish. Rachel's literally the queen of nano fish. So I'm sure she'll have plenty of examples for you. But 15 gallons is actually a lot of gallons for nano fish. So you could be in for like a very nice selection of fish. I'll let Rachel take that away. How many cories is safe to have in a 15 gallon? Have a 40 baby. Blah, 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 blah. Babies are fine, but cory cats they need a bigger tank, like 40 breeder, 55 gallon. 75 gallon either, especially if you have a bunch of them. Like they're schooling along over and over. A 40 breeder is probably the minimum tank I would say for anybody starting really anything. If you want to start this or that or this, like a 40 breeder should be the minimum size tank. And then once you've figured it out, then you can go to small size. Yeah, see, even Rachel knows. Corys need big groups. They need 6, 7, 15, 20 of them going from one side of the tank to the next side of the tank. See, I mean, Rachel's in the chat, so now is the time to ask the question. Rachel's here. She knows literally a ton of information about small fish, fish in general, and how you should group them, how you should pair them up, how you should buy them. Yeah, that is. Yeah, no pressure. Sorry, Rach. I just gave Rach the this is what you are golden at. So it's like, hey, the bases are loaded. It's time to hit a grand slam. Oh, River Life's in the house. Dilly dilly to River Life. I don't even know how long you've been here. I just saw your name. Did you just come in? What's up, man? What's happening? River Life. Judy CB loves watching Rachel's videos. So Judy, I should take every single one of your super chats. I'm gonna send them over to Rachel. Rachel has some seriously good informational videos. The funny thing is, lately about YouTube, it's weird. It's like you put out an informational video on a fish that you want to know how to keep, what the water parameters are, how to breed them, you know, all the educational stuff, and you can't even. It's like so saturated with. I know. I'm gonna leave that. I did that the other night. I'm stopping. Done. Sorry. See, unlucky Eddie. He doesn't know about freshwater. Are you kidding me, dude? For real? Rachel likes my rants. Bubba, YouTube algorithm is all messed up. I see. All right, Rachel probably can feel me on this one. Not sure if she can. I have no clue what the algorithm even is. It's like, who even knows? It's a mystery. It's crazy. Grant loves Rachel's videos. Of course, you get to learn something from Rachel's videos. Me, I'm just, you can learn something from my videos. Oh shit. You know what I did? I forgot. I've had the fire going for so long. I forgot to, I definitely have to put a log on that in the next 5 minutes for sure. Yeah, that's the way it goes, Rach. You know that. You know that. That's the way it goes. Yeah, sometimes, Terry. But listen, I don't want to turn this live stream into like, why YouTube sucks, because YouTube is really awesome. You can literally, any one of you watching knows that if you have something that you need to get done around the house, or a recipe that you want to make, or pretty much anything, you're instantly Googling it or YouTubing it to learn how to do that. That is awesome. So I'm not like trying to push people away from that. I mean, how else do you learn things nowadays? If your father won't teach you or your mother won't teach you, like, that's the way to do it, right? I'm not saying that. I mean, my father and mother taught me everything. This generation is ticket, 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 ticket. Yep, yep, yep. I'll do that. Okay, done. Okay, I know how to do it. I just Googled it. Dad, I know how to do it. Are there any movies that have fish keeping in it? No, I don't actually think there are too many movies. Deuce Bigelow is one of the ones that always comes to mind. Or 50 First Dates is another one. Both those movies have tons of aquatic stuff in them, especially Deuce Bigelow. I mean, the guy's a fish keeper. You know, I mean, it's classic. Jeez. Oh my God. Doesn't it? Is it because it's there or because it's not black? I don't know. Usually, when I have a lot of stuff to talk about, there's like 9 people watching. When I have nothing to talk about, now there's 57 people watching. Ooh, I didn't even get to click my own like button. Boop. There you go. I just clicked my like button. Greg Jones has said Blue Planet documentary, which is one of my favorite things. I still have it on my DVR, 1 and 2. I refuse to erase it off my DVR. It is one of the best documentaries, fish keepers especially. Like if you're into, National Geographic, Discovery Channel, they have everything you could possibly imagine. Like amazing footage of everything, which I love and I watch. But if you really love, excuse me, the ocean, the Blue Planet documentaries are just out of this world. Absolutely amazing. Rachel's looks like she's cracking herself up. Did I miss something? Oh God. There we go. Rachel doesn't know that my eyesight is definitely going. Yeah, I do. I'm like always like, oh, maybe I just moved my chair. That's where the mouse is, but that's where like that thing is. So who knows? Oh my goodness gracious! Who's got some fish keeping questions here? Yeah, Jamie. It's now on purpose, but it's now on purpose that you're seeing all my face because I'm blind and I have to keep going like this. Yeah, so River Life, now you have to do that for me. Rachel is still in the chat. Listen, folks, you got Rach in the chat. She knows tons of stuff about fish and water and aquariums. So now's the time. Bring it on. If you're in here and you have a question, ask it. We've got lots of experienced fish keepers in this chat that will answer it. That's a broad question. I don't know if I could do that. Oh, I think probably green hair algae. Oh, geez, Bubba, I think green hair algae. Mollies will usually eat that. Blackbeard algae, green hair algae. Mollies usually eat a lot of algae, like off of all the sticks and corals and everything. Rachel, right. So Rachel, where I would be at, basically just likes to bust my balls. So that's perfect. As long as I have a moderator that's busting my balls, but paying attention, it's like, it's a perfect scenario. I have someone I like, someone busting my chops to keep me in line, and someone moderating the chat. So Grand Slam. Oh, that's what I want to say. I want to say Brevivora de Celeralis to everybody. Brevivora de Celeralis. Cheers. Here's the first question. How do I deal with multiple tank syndrome? That's easy. So, actually, I'm going to stop the live stream after this rant. Multiple tank syndrome is going to happen from your start of your like fish keeping hobby, and then seasonally. You'll get a bunch of tanks and then realize that you can't take care of them. Or you'll get a ton of tanks and realize that's all you want to do, and then you won't have any money. But eventually you will come down and take tanks out to a manageable position, and then you'll eventually come back up when the season changes and you have nothing else to do besides, I can do this, I can do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Then you have tons of tanks. And then you come up, you're at the peak, and they're like, holy shit, can I even take care of all these tanks? I don't know. Should I turn this into a business? The only way I can take care of all these tanks is if it's making me money. And then it's just like a tornado over and over and over again. So yeah, that's how you deal with multiple tank syndrome. Just have a few tanks that you really love, and even then, you just keep going. It's not curable by any means. There's like 2 people I know in the hobby that have been cured of multiple tank syndrome and only have one giant, huge tank with one fish, and they're happy. That's the key. Are you happy with that one tank? Is it a business? Or is it a hobby? Or you just have that one tank, so you're just like hanging on? What's up, SC Reefer? Yep, see? Got all sorts of people in the chat answering the important questions. Bubba, you may or may not be cured. I can't tell. Just yet. But, what time we got? 58, 59, 60 people watching. 11:35, 10:35. Sorry, folks. East Coast time. Do we have some more questions, or shall we just call it a night? David, I do keep freshwater shrimp. I have a mono shrimp in the tank behind me, but I'm not a shrimp keeper. All right, folks. Thank you for the 56 people that are watching. I could go on all night long, of course, but it is a Wednesday night, and I appreciate everybody that's come on and asked questions. Dilly dilly to all the community. I hope you guys had a fun time, and we will have a great time on another live stream. I'm out.